Come with us where the corn is popped and the throwback Thursdays never stop. It's a magical land not far away. All you have to do is just press play.
So,
hop on the couch and close your eyes. Gonna party like it's 99. Join us, watch the movies of our lives with Blockbuster Wives.
welcome to Blockbuster Wives, where your two favorite 90s babies talk about movies from the era of a certain blue and yellow video rental store. I'm your host with the most, late fees, Shea baby.
And this is Stacy, not always kind, but always rewinds. And you're listening to Blockbuster Wives. Welcome back. We're here for our last installment of Baseball Month.
I can't believe it's gone by so fast.
It really has. And I don't think I've learned much about baseball.
Nope.
But I think the film that we're going to talk about today was actually the one where I learned the most.
Yeah, she learned a lot and I did not, but I do love this movie very, very much.
And we're talking about the 2005 movie Fever Pitch.
Yeah, baby.
Starring Drew Barrymore.
Oh, yeah.
And Jimmy Fallon.
Oh, yeah. I love them both in this movie so much. Drew Barrymore, I mean, she's just a goddess, IRL.
And Jimmy Fallon was like in his bag in this era.
Ooh, SNL era.
Looking fine, hella funny, hair on point.
He does the best impressions, I think, of anyone I've ever seen.
He's great.
Yeah. He's so funny.
Mm-hmm. So they team up in this amazing rom-com. And it actually probably is one of the more like, I don't know, actually. It's pretty aggressively baseball themed.
It really, like, it is inserted in every fucking scene for
like
the most part.
The movie, yeah, is about baseball. Whereas like A League of Their Own's about baseball, but you can argue it's about like femininity and female friendships. But this is like about love, sure, but like very much about baseball.
Like one of the characters is Red Sox.
Exactly.
For sure. Like it's one of the main, I don't know. It's the white whale inserted in every single scene.
And my fiance / our audio engineer / producer / all around do-gooder for Blockbuster Wives, Brent,
yeah.
He is from Boston. He was born and raised in there. Mm-hmm. And so he was brainwashed into being a Red Sox fan since birth. And they really do take that shit so seriously. Like New England sports.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as I was watching the movie because it seemed like everyone in this world was so serious about it. And it made me realize that like, I feel like that's how a lot of people are with sports, but because I didn't grow up being a sporty spice, like I have no idea what that's like to like be obsessed with a team like that. Like the closest I have is probably like, this sounds like a joke, but I'm not kidding. It's like Harry Potter, like being like a Hufflepuff. Like that's like, I guess the closest I have, but I mean, obviously it's different, but you know what I'm saying?
That is your squad.
Yeah, it's my team. Like I don't have a sports team that like... I'm laughing thinking about it because it just, I think it's so cool when other people do, but it's just not something I ever grew up doing. I don't know.
Well, yeah, we grew up in Vegas that had just barely got professional sports teams, so it's like no one really cared. We were not in the sports team. Sports didn't come here. It wasn't really a big deal. But now we're getting the Golden Knights. We have the Raiders now. We're probably going to get other teams, so it's like becoming more of a sports town, but it truly was not when we were running around these streets.
Yeah, I think aren't we getting the Oakland A's too or something like that?
I think so. I think we're getting I think it's AAA baseball team.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm using that term right, but
I don't know either. I know one of my old friends' dads was on the Oakland A's.
Oh, that's cool.
Pretty crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the extent of what I know about
That's it. Do you think he made bad money, or do you think he was like a third stringer or something?
I don't know, but I do know that they like that family has mad money. But I don't know. I don't know if it came from that or what.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so Brent, being a Red Sox fan, always loved this movie and was like kind of watching it while I was watching and like throwing out little trivias that I can share.
That's so cool.
And it would be really cool to have that kind of fandom, and then this movie comes out and it's like about that fandom. Like that must have been so cool.
Does he love this movie too?
Yes, he loves this movie.
Good. Well, he probably relates a lot to the characters.
Yeah.
He's like, I know exactly what that theory is. I know the curse of the, Bambino, blah, blah, blah.
Well, and this movie famously had to change its ending because the year they were filming is the year the Red Sox broke their curse. So it was supposed to end with them losing.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, and the lesson was like, it doesn't matter if they win or lose. But then fucking out of nowhere, like almost 100 years later, the Red Sox had this crazy comeback halfway through the playoffs. They lost the first 3 games of that playoff. So everyone thought they were done.
Yeah.
And then in the overtime of the 4th game, they won. And everyone's like, surely they're not going to win 3 more games in a row. But they did.
Wow. That's why they did the voiceover at the end. Because
exactly. They didn't really plan for it. Like, it had to be a completely different ending. But they have, like, a few, like, grainy clips of Drew Barrymore and, like, Jimmy Fallon out in the field with the players. And, like, they really were there for that game.
Oh, my God, they were?
Yeah.
That is so legendary.
It really is, like, so magical that it worked out that way.
That is so crazy.
And so, like, it had, like, kind of a more positive, like, ending than they were even thinking.
That's really
like,
cute.
I think they thought it'd be funny if they lost again.
Yeah.
But that's not the way it worked out.
That's really sweet.
And also, this movie was based off of a book that was, like, similar concept, like a guy's way too obsessed with sports, but it was about a soccer team.
Oh.
Which soccer fans are notoriously obsessive, so I think that makes a lot of sense.
See, that's something I've never, like, I know a lot of people have watched the movies, like Bend It Like Beckham and The Big Green and stuff like that. I've never seen any soccer movies, so I don't know literally anything about soccer.
That's not true.
What are you talking about?
You're neglecting the Amanda Bynes classic, She's the Man.
You're right. Okay, but how much is really in that movie?
You don't learn
soccer?
A lot about soccer, but there's a lot of soccer playing.
There's a little bit at the beginning and at the end. Well, I guess in the middle too. But, like, you don't really learn about, like, the professional team. I don't know. I don't know anything about the like, I wouldn't be able to name one professional soccer team right now.
Well, our good British friend is very much into soccer culture.
Yes.
Nick, shout out if you're listening to this. And he is obsessed with Manchester United.
Okay,
Man
I do
U.
know that one. Yeah.
And so he's always wearing their jerseys. He's waking up at like 3 a.m. to watch their games because the time changed. Like, very dedicated Red Sox level of worship.
Incredible. Honestly, it takes a lot of faith to be a fan of any sports team.
Yeah, I actually really like when he's saying that to her, like when they're having their little barbecue in the park. He's like, I just, win or lose, they're my guys. And she's like, you're a romantic. You can love under the best and worst of circumstances. Mm-hmm. And I was like, that's a very cute way of looking at it, Drew Barrymore.
And it is very true. Like, it is, people do romanticize, like, the lore of the team, and, like, their history with it mixed with their own memories and emotions, and it becomes this, like, huge, like, this is a huge pillar in my life, which, like, I guess we all do in certain ways about other things,
Yeah, and the Red Sox fan have that additional weird complication that they have the curse of the Bambino.
Mm-hmm.
And we,
which they talk about.
All learned about the great Bambino in our Sandlot episodes. If you don't know, go listen back.
Baby.
But Red Sox famously were cursed after they sold Babe Ruth for $150,000. Or maybe it was only $150.
I think it was $125,000.
Okay, $125,000, because later on there's a joke in the movie about, like, how you're selling your tickets for as much as Babe Ruth got sold for. But yeah, the Red Sox sold him, and then they never won a world championship after that for, like, ever, even though they had been winning, like, mad championships before they sold him.
That's so crazy. Do you believe in curses?
I don't know if I believe in actual curses, but I believe in, like, the placebo effect of curses.
Like the negative energy surrounding?
Right. Like self-fulfilling prophecies. I'm a big believer in.
Yeah. I believe in that, and I do believe in energy. I think energy really does affect things. So if a lot of people were upset, by this trade, this, like, I don't know, is that what you call it?
Yeah.
Did they trade him, or did they just, like,
I don't know if they sold him or traded him.
Well, let's just say by selling him to the Yankees, right? Mm-hmm. There was a lot of negative energy surrounding that, and maybe that just, like, clouded over their whole situation.
Could be.
Possibilities.
Because I don't think there was any, like, explanation as to how the curse could be broken or when it ended.
Right.
And that to me is a very general curse.
Right.
Like, that almost doesn't sound like a curse so much as, just like bad luck.
Yeah, it seems like a curse would almost be, like, intentional.
Yeah.
Like, you, like, place a curse on somebody.
Right. Like, if you sell him, then this will happen for whatever conditions. But it doesn't appear that... Maybe I'm wrong and that is a part of the legend. Maybe there was some condition. But it just seems like they were like, we were cursed and that's why we lose. And it's like, well, is there a way to break this curse?
Yeah. You film Fever Pitch with Drew Barrymore.
Maybe that was it.
Maybe.
It's like some Holes Madame Zeroni shit. I don't know.
And maybe it was like a whole, like, they kind of like named the beast, right? Like they like openly talked about it in a movie that was like really poppin'. I don't know.
And like tempted fate by being like, well, they're gonna lose again, so we already wrote this ending, and then the universe is like,
joke's on you,
not so
pally.
fast.
Yeah.
This is the year.
That's pretty. I'm sure that they felt really fucking cool.
It is so cool, and I was just like, yeah. So not only like the joy of being a Red Sox fan and having your fandom portrayed on screen, but that it happens the same year where the curse is broken and it all gets filmed and put into this like fun movie. Like that doesn't happen.
It a perfect tie.
It really is. Like the timing is incredible.
Well, I love them and I love this movie, and I'm so glad that it ended the way it did. But let's go back maybe to corporate bullshit.
Yeah, we got
perhaps.
really into that shit. We just wanted to dive right in. How are
It's
you
so
doing,
good.
by the way? We didn't even do our little chit chat.
I'm doing pretty good. I'm having a little bit of pain in my hand. That's not fun.
Gosh, your paws.
My little
Is it your
paws.
riding paw?
No, it's the other one. But
did you smash it?
I did not Hulk smash.
Didn't punch any walls lately.
No.
You're not a man, so you probably wouldn't.
Oh!
Hey, stop punching walls, dudes. It's weird and scary.
It is very weird and scary. I've seen way too many of you do that. Although I will say I have done that on one occasion.
Oh, what was the cage?
At the old, the cool house with the pool.
Oh, God, I love that house.
And it was only because, it's a long story, but basically my best friend and I, one of my other best friends and I were on like in a weird place, and their girlfriend called me threateningly for no reason and said that they were gonna come up and fight me, and I was like, here's my address, and I like gave her my full address, and I was like, please come, and she was like, I will. And then they got on the phone too, and they were like yelling at me, and so I just like hung up and punched the wall. I was that mad.
Did you go through the wall?
I did.
Like drywall?
Not like my full fist did not go through the wall, but like my knuckle definitely went through the wall, and there was like an absolute hole that I had to cover up because I would have gotten beat basically.
Wow, I don't think I've ever punched a wall, but again, as we talked about on a previous episode, I don't like things happening to my hands. Catching a football, I'm like, ow. Catching a baseball with my bare hands, out of the question. Punching a wall is out of the question.
Well, I don't blame you. That's way better for everybody involved. I don't know why I was like, Donkey Kong, fucking, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was that mad, which I don't know if I guess I've been that mad before, but like for some reason punching the wall felt like the right thing to do in the moment.
Well, it probably happens because like there's usually walls around. Because I was thinking like, why don't people punch other things that aren't as like breakable or painful? But it's like walls are usually always around if you're inside, so
that's true.
Always something to punch.
That's true.
You can punch the floor, but that sounds even more painful.
Why couldn't I have like punched a pillow or like the bed or something? I guess it's because it doesn't have that
not
impact.
As satisfying.
It's not the same. It's like slamming a door. Like, you know what's something I miss? Hanging up the phone aggressively.
Oh yes, the fucking click.
Like the fucking.
Oh, that's a good kinetic feeling when you put that phone in there.
It is, especially the old one, like the rotary ones.
Yeah, like tapping an N button on your touchscreen is not the same.
No, you do not get the same physical just feeling you got when you just
Especially because my phones typically were like on the wall, so it was like a vertical hang up, and it was like a hook,
you had
and
to
it was
slam
like even
it.
better. It's like,
okay, I'm thinking of the one where
it's
like
you're
it's
dunking
hanging
on
on the
these
wall,
hoes.
has the long wire, and you just have to like smack it. I'm sorry if that's really loud for you guys. I apologize. But like, you know what I'm talking about? Where you're just, it's like the rounded one. Anyways.
I don't think I ever had like a rotary phone like that.
Okay, got it.
By the way, I'm seeing a reflection of like a crazy thunderstorm happening outside right now, and it's very cool.
Yeah, there's thunderstorm warnings. It's been raining a lot. I've been making a lot of my 2000s R&B star videos.
Yeah, we're in a historic like 20-year drought, so if this rain could just keep going, that'd be great.
That'd be so fucking
be really
sick.
great for like us and our future survival.
Yeah, Lake Mead would be so happy. Thank you so much. Okay, anyways, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm about to close on this house.
Yes.
This has been a month-long saga, but I think we're at the end.
I'm so excited. I can't wait to see the house IRL.
It's so fun. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
I know
I'm
I
so
am.
excited for you to sage it and
why?
cleanse it.
Because it's yours. That's
Thank
why
you.
I love
It's gonna be weird to be a homeowner though.
That
like
is
I
good.
am
I'm
a
sure
little
that'll
bit
feel
like,
so weird.
oh, can I do this? Am I allowed to?
But it's the best. Like it's the best house for you guys from
Thank
the pictures
you.
I've seen. It's just so unique and cool and like historical, like.
And I like that it doesn't have a backyard or like it's a townhome, so there's a lot less to maintain, which is nice.
Yeah, that's.
I think it'll be a good first house.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's
just
perfect.
like a lot less stuff to keep track of.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort.
And the HOA like mows the front lawn, so we don't have to do that.
They do?
Yeah. I'm like, hell yeah.
That's fucking sick. Mm-hmm. Good.
Yeah.
Do something with your fucking
it's
time.
Appealing
HOA.
to me. Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly. Well, good. I'm very excited for you. I cannot wait.
By the way, also before we get to corporate bullshit, we did not announce that we have bonus content now.
We didn't.
We have bonus content, everyone.
We do have bonus content. So on our Patreon.
Patreon.com.
Which is linked in our bio on Instagram. And if you don't follow us on there, it is at Blockbuster Wives. In that link right in our bio, you click on that, get to our Patreon. Feel free to donate. And if you do, you get the bonus content. Every month we're putting out kind of like a free form. I don't know how would you describe it?
It's like a watch-along episode. So we watch an iconic episode of 90s television, or 90s 2000, same period, 1992, 2010. Mm-hmm. We watch episodes of shows that were important to us. So this one was Boy Meets World. Yeah. And the way we record it is that we count down to press play. And if you want to watch along, you press play at that same time and listen to us as you watch. And it's like we're all hanging out watching the show together.
Yeah, and I think we mentioned it, but I can't remember that it's themed to the month theme of our podcast. So for this one, of course, it was baseball themed. The Boy Meets World episode is softball themed, but still within the same realm. So yeah, donate and
check it out.
Check it out. It's a great episode, and I highly recommend it.
Yes, we love it. You'll love it. And we'll get money.
Exactly. Which we need to do various activities.
Various projects. Watch this space. You'll be getting an exciting announcement next week about certain Shrekfest efforts.
Yeah, and if you don't know about Shrekfest, you will next week. Okay.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I'm so excited too.
Okay. All right. Enough tomfoolery. Corporate bullshit.
Let's go. Let's go.
What if I made like a whole like shock jock thing for it? Anyway,
I love it.
The movie's fever pitch.
It is.
The release date, like I said, 2005. But fun fact, they had an early release in Boston only.
Of course they fucking did.
I know. So they released in Boston April 6, 2005, and the rest of America April 8th.
It's
a little 2-day lead.
That's amazing.
It clocks in at 103 minutes. So not our longest, but certainly not our shortest.
Close to a perfect time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The budget was $30 million. So half of Shrek. I like how Shrek is our measuring.
Yes, well, it was our first episode.
How many Shrek budgets is it?
Two Shreks. No, yeah, 2 Shreks.
No, 1/2 Shreks. 30 million.
Oh, yeah.
50% Shrek.
Yeah, you're right.
And then it boxed office, if that's a word, 50 million. So almost 1 Shrek budget. Damn. So it did make a little profit, but it wasn't like
not like crazy.
It wasn't like tripling its returns or whatever.
Like Shrek did.
Like Shrek.
Like Shrek.
It was directed by Peter and Bobby Farrelly. Did these names sound familiar? I see your face lighting up.
Okay. I did not know that they directed this movie, so I'm like kind of mind blown right now. But they directed Dumb and Dumber, Shallow Hal. There's something about Mary.
You have all of them I wrote down except one. Osmosis Jones.
Osmosis Jones?
Mm-hmm. The Range. And this is not like a lot of these other movies.
Jones.
This is a much like less raunchy, like risky movie than a lot of these other movies.
I'm like still stuck on Osmosis Jones.
Mm-hmm.
I guess the tie between all of them is that they are really funny and they do value like straight up comedians. Like
yes, right. They put them front and center.
Yeah, they always. Yeah, that is so. Wow, I'm shook right now.
Yeah,
Osmosis Jones. We need to watch that.
Okay, we should put it on the list.
I'll put it on the list right now. It's so good. It's one of my favorite childhood movies for real.
Yeah, and I rewatched it, I want to say like a few years ago, and I was like, this is actually still pretty good. Like, there's some parts where I'm like, ugh.
It's Bill Murray, right?
Yeah, so surprisingly, the cartoon spots I felt all aged really well. The Bill Murray scenes I thought did not age as well.
He was like pretty like raunchy in that movie, right?
Like, not
it's,
even
like,
raunchy.
kinda...
He's just like literally gross.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess that's what I mean.
Like body horror, gross stuff. And it's like the whole plot is he's taking care of his daughter. But like when you see his scenes, it's like, I don't think this man is well. I think this man had a severe traumatic brain injury and is like not okay.
Oh, wow.
Like he's that level of like gross and unhinged and like he can't eat. Like there's a lot of things where you're like, this man probably shouldn't be raising a daughter, and I'm concerned CPS is gonna have to get involved.
So you're like not on his side.
No. And that's what's funny is it's like, I guess, and I think sometimes movies do this where they get the beloved comedian and they just like rely too much on that comedian's temporary goodwill. But I don't think they realize that like everyone goes through phases, and when that shine wears off, that shit is not cute.
Right.
Which is the Dane Cook phenomenon.
Oh, that's true.
Because I thought those Dane Cook movies were so funny, and then Brent and I rewatched them years later, and without that shine, I was like, these are horrible, and he is horrible.
Yeah, I remember you telling me, and you're like, I'm so glad you're not watching this with us, because it's so bad.
They're fat phobic, they're anti-woman, they're like so bad. Like every joke, the butt of the joke is the woman.
And that we're kind of like inching in that time era, because there's a lot of movies that are like that. I don't know if we'll watch any that are like that at least we won't go in knowing.
That's true. And I do think like 2005 to 2015ish was like a very toxic time for women in media.
Yeah, like I guess there was like a couple tiny little nudges of that in the Boy Meets World episode we watched that is on our Patreon again, where it's kind of like a little bit toxic masculinity, but usually Boy Meets World isn't too bad about that, to be honest. But
yeah,
still.
and a lot of it's just kind of like silly stereotypes and stuff. But like the Dane Cook movies, it was like, wow, like women were so objectified that they were not treated like full humans in the movies. Like they didn't have full character arcs. They were very one-dimensional. Dane Cook just quote unquote loved them because they were hot, and that was like the basis of the quote unquote romance.
And I feel like that's like a common theme in a lot of the movies of that time.
Yeah, and I think it really like reached a peak in this time period. And I think a lot of that too was like reality shows were becoming more popular, and I think like the Paris Hilton phenomenon like really made a lot of people come out very like intensely against women, and like it was a bad time. Or like the Lindsay Lohan stuff.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it just comes down to people hate women.
Right, and I feel like it was like during that time very acceptable to like publicly hate on young girls.
Oh yeah, young girls, literally not adults.
Right,
a lot
and
of
just
the time.
be like super intense and judgmental and shitty.
And it's crazy that we grew up at that time, and it was just so normalized to like shit on them and take pictures of them when they're super vulnerable and like pushing them to their absolute fucking limit.
Yeah, I think it was really bad, and I don't think I realized how bad that time was until I watched those Dane Cook movies, and I was like, oh, we're in a very different place now, thank God.
Yeah. What year did this come out? 2006?
2005.
Okay, so they're like inching right into that.
They're inching towards it.
Yeah. They didn't hit any of those plots, at least, right?
No, I feel like this was like a very good, well-rounded movie that I think really put Drew Barrymore's character front and center and made you really understand where she was coming from.
I agree. And I also realized that they do pass the Bechdel test in this movie, which is great.
Yeah, she's got a lot of fun convos with her friends about her job, not only guys.
Exactly.
Her job.
Yep.
So yeah, that's, where was I? So starring Drew Barrymore and Jimmy Fallon, obviously. Adaptation of a book about soccer, already said that.
Love it.
There are several Red Sox players in this film. I don't know if these names will mean anything to our audience members, but they are Johnny Damon, Trot Nixon, Jason Van Teck, Jim Rice.
Ooh.
So they're in this bitch. It was supposed to star Gwyneth Paltrow, but she said the script was mediocre.
Wow.
Yeah, she said don't want no mediocre.
Okay, Miss Goop.
Miss me with that shit.
I guess your vaginal eggs are much more important.
You're too good for this.
Too good for this,
But
baby.
it's probably the right call because I just felt like Drew Barrymore and Jimmy Fallon had such good chemistry.
Nailed it. And also, like, she already had Shallow Hal with the Farrelly brothers. You know, she could just move to the side, allow Drew. Their chemistry was just unreal.
It's so good.
Her chemistry with him and with Sandler is just, like, unmatched, in my opinion.
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes gave this film 65%, which is a little low. And Roger Ebert gave it 3.5 stars, which is kind of high, and the review is very positive.
What did he give Shrek? Didn't he give Shrek like a 5 or some shit? You told me.
I don't think he gave it a 5.
You told me that he gave, like, it was a very high score. Maybe it was like a 4.
It might have been a 4.
I know you mentioned it in the first episode.
Shrek. Let me see. Why is this hard to find? Oh, because I spelled Shrek wrong. I put Shrem. Shrem. He gave Shrek 4 stars. 4, okay. Which is, high.
But that's higher than Fever Pitch. That's awesome.
Fever Pitch was right up there.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's a really, I really love it too. It's a really well-rounded movie, and you really see from both sides why they're why they are the way that they are. They both have their own friends. They both have passions separate from each other. Like, I think it's a really cool movie. I love it very much. And there's such cute moments too that literally made me cry in my car today.
Oh, which moments?
The moment where, well, I guess I'm skipping ahead, which I don't think matters, but
yeah, totally fine.
Well, the moment where she calls him from Paris and is like, I got it, my period. And he's like, oh, hey, Linz, are you okay? And she's like, yeah. Then they get off the phone and he like walks up and takes the little baby like onesie and he puts it in a drawer. It made me cry. And there was another part that I can't remember right now.
It'll come to you.
It was an earlier part where like it was just something cute that he said and I was like, ugh, why is this making me emotional?
Well, I just love the portrayal of Drew Barrymore as being so emotionally intelligent. Because as we talked about, a lot of rom-coms like rely on miscommunication or people not being emotionally intelligent and secure. And in this movie, she like totally is. Like she tells him exactly how she's feeling, why. She like stands her ground. She says what's important to her, what she's willing to budge on. And she's just like, I feel like such a model for how to navigate relationships.
I never thought about it like that, but that's very true. And not only does she stand her ground, but she also simultaneously listens to him. Like she was very aware of when he was like activated or like triggered by something that she started talking to him about. And she was like, oh, I really hit a nerve there, didn't I? And he's like, yeah, but it's okay. And then she gave him a hug and like that. You don't see that a lot, like you said, in romantic comedies, because a lot of the time it's like my way or the highway, bitch. And it's like,
exactly,
fucking
like,
chill.
relax.
What is happening right now?
Yeah, and really the main conflict is just that Jimmy Fallon at first is being dumb and like way too prizing the Red Sox to an extent that is unhealthy.
Like actual obsessive.
Right. Yeah. Until that kid schools him with that fire line.
But have they ever loved you back?
Yeah, I literally said bars out loud when that little kid said, has the Red Sox ever loved you back?
Bars.
Mic drop.
That kid is like weirdly like Morgan Freeman level of God.
Wise beyond his years, for sure.
You're just like, and how does she feel about it? I'm like, what? Okay, therapist.
But it has like the perfect level of conflict. Like, you know they're going to end up together. Yeah. But it's like just enough like, oh no, heart-wrenching seeing him sad. Like that. You're like, oh no.
And they seem like, I mean, I know it's about like a fandom and it's extreme, but they seem like based on real problems and conflicts with two very healthy adult beings. You know what I mean? It's not like anything like abusive or they're like cheating on each other or like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of other romantic comedies, there's a lot of like their conflicts are a lot more exaggerated, where these were a little bit more chilled out and real. I don't know.
Yeah, and I also like how they didn't shy away from like the class conflict issues, which I love. I love when we're being honest about class. Yep. They are very honest about the class because she's really rich because she has a high-powered job and all of her friends are like really rich. Yeah. And they're like, you're gonna date a school teacher? Like, he doesn't make any money. And she's like sticking up for him, but she's also like recognizing like, yeah, he might not like that I'm in this job, but we'll see. But he is like never intimidated by it. Like sometimes he complains that she works too much, but it's never like I'm intimidated by her nice job. Right. He's just like, she works too much and I want her to be at the games.
Right. He never was just like, I'm worried because she makes more money than me.
Exactly. I'm insecure.
Because you see that a lot in movies and TV as well, especially at this time. It's like in the late 90s and early 2000s. I feel like that was a theme in a lot of TV shows that I saw. Mm-hmm. And I'm glad that he was kind of a model for like, who fucking cares? Mm-hmm. This shit is lit. I love my lady. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was very cool.
Yeah, so I like that dynamic, that they weren't like trying to hide it, but it also wasn't like a huge problem.
Right. Like they definitely verbalized it and they brought it up, but it wasn't a major conflict.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Exactly.
I also thought about this. First of all, I love that Drew Barrymore's friend group is 4 ladies.
Yeah, relatable.
Yep. And I love that one of them is a plus size lady. And I also have to say, I wrote a note that says plus sized working out never depicted, because you almost never see, especially at this fucking time in the early 2000s, you never see like fat women working out unless that's the butt of the joke.
Ryan was like, wow, isn't that hilarious? And it's like,
Yeah.
excuse me?
Yeah, and like every other scene that they're in, kind of where it's just the 4 of them, they're like working out, doing different activities together, and like that's normal, y'all. Fat people fucking work out with their friends or alone. Like, I don't understand why this is such a anyways.
Oh my God, you're so right. And yeah, lesser movies would have been like, she would have like fallen off the bike or something fucking stupid.
Yeah, I've been like, let's not do this anymore because this is stupid and I hate this. Like, I'm just glad that they never went there, because that would have made me mad. But that shows that, well, at least the Farrelly, I don't know who wrote it. Did the Farrelly brothers
I don't think
write
they
it?
wrote it, because I think the script might have already been written by the time they came on board. So I'm pretty sure they didn't write it.
Well, whoever did casting or whatever, like whoever it was that casted her and like made this a part of the movie, understand women, in my opinion. Their conversations were very like
Realistic.
they just made, yeah, they were realistic, they made sense, their bonds together were really cute. And
oh my gosh, even the conversation about like how the friend was like psychoanalyzing, and they're like, she's like, you guys are competitive.
Yeah.
You were first succeeding at your job and she wasn't, but now she is, and you're afraid she's also going to find this great relationship, which is the only thing you have on her. So now you're mad. And the lady's just like, and punches her in the face. But it's like, I think it's great that they like pointed that out so explicitly. And like showed that it was true, and that's why she reacted that way.
Right. I love it. I think it's really cool to see bigger groups of women, especially 4, because, you know, I don't know if we've ever actually mentioned this, but Stacy and I are in a foursome of women that we've been best friends since we were 11 years old. So we're very lucky. But whenever I see 4 women together, I'm like, oh my God, it's us.
Bingo.
So cute. And also, he has a friend group of 4 people.
That's a great point. They're so great. His friends are really fun.
I love the dancing scene of them.
Yes.
That makes me, every time I'm smiling from fucking ear to ear.
And the one gingery one, like he's like so into it. He's like, you're sick, man. His power's gone to your head. And he's like, he's just dancing so aggressively. It's the best.
Yeah, and I noticed like a little bit of a connection. So the dude that plays the anesthesiologist,
Nailed it.
Is that okay. Wow, English. His name is Willie Garson, and he is also in Sex and the City, and he's also in the episode of Boy Meets World that we just covered.
He's everywhere.
He really, like, he's done a lot, and his range is actually really good and fucking great, and I love his role in this movie. But I do have to say R.I.P. because he did die this year, so R.I.P. Willie.
R.I.P. Willie.
But yeah, fucking great scenes of all of them together. It makes me laugh, and it just makes me happy.
Yeah, and it's just, then their friendship keeps reoccurring. And there's this one super adorable scene where Jimmy Fallon's in his feels with this breakup. And he's watching this video of this famous Red Sox loss, which Brent told me about. So apparently that game he's watching,
Yeah.
the clip he keeps watching over and over again is the first baseman is supposed to catch a ground ball, but it goes like through his mitt. Like total fluke.
Oh no.
And that was what cost them the game at like the very last second. And I guess like commercials had already aired like, get your Red Sox winning gear, because that's how sure everyone was that they were gonna win. And then they fucking lost because of like a dumb rookie mistake that like he should have caught that ball 10 times out of 10. God. And he didn't.
Can you fucking imagine if you were that guy?
Yeah. It was a really rough moment for Red Sox fans. So the fact that he's like on his couch drunk, like watching that over and over again, and then his friends busted and they're like, oh no, where did he get it? I thought you destroyed all his copies. And the one friend pulls it out and he's like, where did you get this? Are there more?
Yeah, and he's
you
like
think this is
searching for
helping
them.
you, but it's not. And it's like treating it like drugs. It's so funny.
Okay, I need to say this right now that Stacy did that with me one time.
I don't even remember this.
She does not remember this, but I brought it up to her many times
memory.
because it's such an important moment in our history for me. So right after high school, I was like pretty depressed. I was working at fucking Quiznos. Need I say more?
A house of horrors. As evidenced by their rat people commercials.
Oh my God. And I wasn't even like working inside. I had a cup suit on because we're known for our fucking soft beverages.
What kind of fast food place has a cup suit?
Dude.
You're a sandwich.
I should have been a sandwich. It
Get
doesn't
a sandwich.
make fucking sense.
A cup?
Yeah. Cold cuts, not a fucking cup. Like, it doesn't make sense. So anyway, I was working this shitty ass job with this shitty ass boss that I hated. I hated everyone on my team. I hated everything about it, but it was right around the corner from my crib. Anyway, so I was like home alone for the summer. I was like, I think I might have just turned 18. And so I was like depressed in my house, like working at Quiznos, and then I'd go back home and like cry and read the last Harry Potter book because I hadn't read it yet. And so,
that's a sad ass book. That's only gonna make it worse.
So sad. Exactly. So I'm like sitting in bed and I'm like crying. And at this time I didn't have a cell phone, so I'm sure Stacy was calling the house, but I wasn't answering. And she showed up to the house. And she like, I don't think she busted in, but like my memory is that like I was in my room and she came in. So maybe I left
down the door.
Yeah, some Hagrid shit. No, but she like came in my room and she's like, "What are you doing? I've been trying to call you." And I was just like, I'm just really tired. And she like got me up. She told me what to wear. She like did my hair and helped me do my makeup. And she took me out for the first time that summer.
I was like, we're going drinking.
Yeah, so we like
Nothing
went
like
to this like
teenage
amazing
hijinks.
house party, and it was a very pleasurable experience for me. Not gonna go any further than that, but it was such a beautiful moment in our friendship.
I wish
You
I
really
did
took me
remember
out of
it, but mashed potato brains and all that liquor probably.
Mashed
was-
potato brain. Well, that summer especially, I know that
That
house was like free
cola.
reign to y'all. So, no, but like to you, well, you probably don't remember because that would have been like normal for you. Like
I gotta
to
check
just,
up on my girl.
Yeah, but for me, I was in such a bad place. It just like, and I really hadn't done anything like cool that summer besides like graduate high school. But like,
Lame. No, just kidding.
lame.
It really
no,
was
but,
like a Hagrid journey.
yeah.
Like, you're a wizard, Shay. Let's get out of this house.
You're a wizard, Stacy. And we went to like the best party of all time. So she was right. So thank you, Stacy.
You're welcome. Aw, but yeah, his friends have like a little intervention for him, and they drag him out, and it's very sweet. But then you find out that he's considering selling his season tickets that he's had since he was 7.
So fucked.
I know.
I can't imagine being like, you know, he calls all the people that he goes to the games with regularly his summer family. I can't imagine being them, especially the dude that narrates the movie, whatever his name
The
is. I can't remember.
sponge salesman.
Yeah, the sponge salesman. I can't imagine being him, like meeting him at his first game when he was 7, seeing him his whole life, and then him being like, yeah, I'm probably going to sell my ticket. Like, what the fuck is wrong
Yeah,
with you?
like smacked him upside the head.
Especially smack you upside the head. Well, especially being such fanatics. I mean, that would be like the biggest fuck up in history.
Ugh, yeah,
I'm
and they do
sure.
try to stop him. His summer family is like, don't do it. And like the kind of slimy businessman is like, come on, sign. And then Drew Barrymore saves the day by rushing the field.
What a bad bitch.
She is a bad. And that's the thing, like Drew Barrymore is so cool that like you would believe that like she would do that in the movie or outside the movie.
Right. And it's all, what I love about it is that like, it was so they were kind of both doing a selfless act for each other at the same
Yeah,
time.
it was kind of like a gift to the Magi, but avoided. Like it
Yes.
almost was like a gift to the Magi thing.
Right.
But then she interfered and was like, don't do this.
Except, like, well, I guess she didn't like give up her job, but she like left her job, you know, her promotion
Party.
celebration, whatever it was, in order to help save him. And he was giving up the tickets in order to show her that he was more serious. So yeah, it was like you said, it was like an almost there situation, but they both nailed
Worked it out in time.
Yeah,
Yes, it's so adorable.
it's such a cute moment. There's one scene in there that, what did I write in here? I wanted to bring up. Oh, so at the beginning of the movie, where like on their first date, where they were supposed to go out, and then Drew Barrymore is sick, so Jimmy Fallon takes care of her. The next day when she's feeling a little bit better, he like had movies in a bag, and we're like, oh, I was gonna like, we could have watched these in case he woke up. I was thinking, what are some of your sick movies? Like, what movies do you like to watch when you're sick?
I have a couple old faithfuls. One is You've Got Mail.
which I need to see.
Because it is another rom-com that has the trope of like woman gets sick and man nurses her back to health, which is so funny that it's in this movie.
Oh, cute.
It's in You've Got Mail. I feel like it's in a lot of romance novels. It's a very popular theme amongst women, and I actually want to talk to you about that.
Oh, yeah.
Why do you think that is so appealing for women? I guess straight women. The idea that like they'll be so sick and a man will take care of you. Because honestly, when I'm sick, like I would not want a crush coming in. I'm like, stay away.
No.
I'm vulnerable and feel gross and you need to leave.
I guess it's a couple things. So I guess number one, as women, a lot of the time not a lot of the time, we are conditioned to be more nurturing, and to be that for everybody around us. Like we're supposed to be the ones that like aid when anyone else is having trouble. So like, I guess it just feels nice for people to like fucking do shit for you and you're always doing shit for them, number one. But two, I think it's also not with all women, but like I would say I can see in a lot of like romance novels when a man is more nurturing in that way, it kind of shows his like more like paternal, like take care of you side. And they're like, ooh, I can see him being a good partner, a good father, a good like I guess that would be why.
But when you were saying that, and I was thinking about what I said about like how you wouldn't want a guy around when you're all gross. I think that's probably part of the fantasy is that this man sees you when you're at your lowest,
that's
or
true.
Like looking gross and doing gross things,
yeah.
And yet he still loves you,
and he's still trying.
So that's
to, like,
dedication.
Yeah, it's dedication. It's love. It's devotion, you know?
Exactly. It's like all these things that bitches love.
That is so true. Yeah, I wouldn't want to say, like, I look straight up like a fucking gargoyle when I'm sick, and so I'm like, nobody, like, don't look at me. Every day is so wonderful. Like, that's where I'm at. So, no thanks.
Yeah, so the idea that somebody would see you in that position and still want more, I guess, is like very appealing. So that's probably why it's in so many things.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I've had a moment like that.
Oh, really?
Not to that level, but like I feel like I'm relating to a lot of these. Like this one I didn't write down. I didn't even think about it until just now. Not my last relationship, but one of my relationships in the past. Me and this dude were like kind of in like a fighting era before we started dating, and I was just like, you're not serious about me. Like I think things aren't gonna work out in this way, so it's fine. And then I got like really, really sick. And he showed up with his guitar and like different supplies and like little presents and stuff. And he came in regardless of whether I was like, I'm sick, you shouldn't be coming in. He came in, he played his guitar for me. He like fed me these treats. And it was a really sweet moment where I was like, he didn't have to do that, but he did because he was being really nice in the moment. And that was nice.
Yeah, this whole like COVID thing also is putting another spin on it because I feel like maybe amongst younger people it's like, I'm so dedicated, but I won't catch COVID for you.
Yeah.
Like, that's so sweet.
Yeah. You know what? There's probably going to be a lot of movies out here coming out. A lot of romance novels.
Yeah. Although I forget what comedian says this. I don't know who said this originally, so sorry, I'm not giving you credit. But they think there won't be a lot of COVID content because he's saying that it's so traumatic that people don't want to revisit it.
Ooh.
And I think it's because he was saying that, like, for the 19 whatever Spanish flu, like, there's not a lot of popular portrayals of it.
Was it like the 20s, like 1928
It was
or
like
something
1918.
like that? Okay, yeah.
But he was saying, like, there's not a lot of popular portrayals. Like, people did not want to go back to it. They didn't want to think about it. They didn't want to be in that era again.
That is a great point.
So he's like, everyone's saying we're going to have all this COVID content. And he's like, I disagree. I don't think people want to go back. I think they want to, like, act like it never happened.
Well, I can definitely see that because who wants to relive? I mean, it's not a fun time.
Nah.
That's for damn sure.
That's for damn sure.
That's for damn sure. So you're saying You've Got Mail is one of your movies.
You've Got Mail. Oh my gosh. Yes. Wow. Tangent alert. So You've Got Mail is one of them. Uh-huh. The other one is Wizard of Oz.
Guess what I wrote down?
What?
Wizard of Oz, baby.
It's such a good sick movie.
It is a perfect sick movie. I don't know. And Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
That one too.
Yeah, those are probably my two.
Sometimes gets rotation.
Yeah, those are probably my two.
Because it's like they're so fantastical, and when you're sick, you feel a lot of it. So you want to go to a little fantasy land.
Yeah, there's like a little bit of sing-song in. There's a little bit of like just diving into this like magical other world that makes you feel like you're escaping. Because when you're sick, you're just like in your like own hellhole.
Mm-hmm. You
Like
want to imagine
lizards.
beautiful, fun things.
Exactly. Oh, I love that we share two of those.
And I do love Jimmy Fallon's joke because he's like, I put a little something in here that I always like to watch when I'm sick. And she goes, Annie Hall? And he's like, what? No way. And then he pulls out his movie and he goes, about your Roadhouse. Yeah. Amazing. So funny.
I know. He's so great in this.
I noted the big cigar energy from his uncle in the beginning, the guy who originally gives him his tickets. And I was like, that looks like Shea with her cigar. Shea had a cigar smoking incident somewhat recently. Did we talk about it on the pod? I don't remember if we talked about it on the pod.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like we did, but I don't know. Because I think, we did, because I said shout out to...
Oh, yeah, smoking it from the wrong end,
whatever his name is.
Yeah, so I appreciated that. We got some big cigar energy.
Hell yeah.
The scene also opens with the Boston classic Dirty Water. Brent wanted me to make sure that we noted that that's a Boston classic, because I guess they play that song like when bars close.
Which song? Do you remember the lyrics of it?
Dirty water. I don't know. That's all I know.
I like the very beginning.
It's like the very first song.
I know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. So I was like, all right, I will note it.
Mm-hmm. I will. The Red Sox fan over here.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. I said that I love Drew Barrymore being a high power bitch with her side swept bangs.
Fuck yeah. Dude, her fits in this and her hair in this is so gorge. Mm-hmm. Love it.
And I also love how... I might start saying this. So one of the kids So, anyways, you meet Drew Barrymore because Jimmy Fallon brings his like little students to learn about math or some shit, and she's like, "Math is cool, hee hee." And then they're leaving, and one of the little kids goes, "She's a major hottie," and the other kid goes, "What? She's a colonel hottie."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh my god, I love that."
She is a colonel hottie. Mm-hmm. I wrote Ben's method of teaching equals me, because if I was a teacher, that's exactly how I'd be teaching these damn kids, taking them in my little vintage blue beetle bug, fucking smacking them across the
field trips every day, baby.
Yeah, field trips. I would be like the part where he's pretending to lion tame them. I've literally done that to kids before. So yeah, I'm like whoosh, whoosh. Yeah,
that's so incredible. Funny. He is your vibe,
definitely, in every single way. I also wrote I was triggered by there's a scene when she's sick, when he like puts her in the nightgown and then he like carries her, so from behind all you see is a nightgown and her hair, and I was like, no. And I forgot that when I watched it when I was younger, I fucking hate it. I would never look at that scene, cause
I don't think this has come up on the pod before.
Yeah, I have a deep
existential
like
fear.
I have literal PTSD. I took a test with my therapist, and I have PTSD from The Exorcist, from watching The Exorcist when I was 8 years old. And so my brain is always just trying to protect me. So anytime anything looks even slightly kind of similar, like a caricature of that movie or anything like it, I get very scared.
Yeah, and her body goes, no, danger, run.
Yeah, like I literally, like, hair goes up on my body, tears come in my eyes. But yeah, it was just a mere moment. It didn't last too long, so that's good. But
you were able to talk the old brain off the ledge.
I was like, listen, it's fucking Drew Barrymore in a nightgown. It's gonna be all right.
Chill.
Yeah, it's chill.
Yeah, and that happens early on in the movie, the whole sick thing, because it's like they meet at her office. Yeah. She has her little debate with her friends about whether she should date a teacher. Mm-hmm. They're like doing their fun activities. And then they decide to go on the date, but then when Jimmy Fallon shows up, she's like, I'm sick.
Yeah.
And then cuteness ensues.
I wrote, what did I write here? First date equals cutest shit ever.
Yeah, and then they like get to know each other. There's a lot of walking in parks, which I think is really cute.
Yeah, barbecuing at the park.
Mm-hmm. Very accessible activities for the school teacher. Uh-huh. I also love that he doesn't have a phone in 2005. Shea can relate.
I can definitely relate. I did not have a phone until I was 19. So, yeah, would have been 2010.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And even in 2005, she's like, it's crazy you don't have a phone.
Yeah.
She made it another 5 years.
Yep. So what's good, Jimmy Fallon? No, I'm just kidding.
Get on my level. You idiot.
I did have, I didn't count it as a phone. I had one of those, like, prepaid, like, $25 a month where you could text, but even that was limited, so I don't count that. And also that was literally when I was 18. I had that, so I only had it for, like, the year or whatever. But anyways, I wrote using the electric toothbrush for the dog.
Oh, yeah, when
made me
she's
laugh.
sick, yeah.
Yep, that made me laugh. And also, her seagull impression is fire.
I know, I really thought it was like a seagull. Like, I thought the audio was glitching out, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, they're both great at impressions. His impression of, what's his name, Jimmy Stewart? He's like, Merry Christmas. I was like, oh my God.
You're like, hey, hot.
Yeah, I'm like, that's actually really sexual.
You do that
Stop
again.
it.
No wonder she's in love with him.
He is hot. Jimmy Stewart, hot as fuck.
Yeah, it's hard for me to see that just because I watched that movie like since birth.
Yeah.
So it's almost like I always talk to Brent about this, where I'm like, I feel like there's some people that you just like get to know so well that it's like impossible to tell if they're hot or not.
Oh.
For example, Hillary Clinton. I feel like she is her own entity, and I could not tell you if she was hot or not, because I feel like she's just Hillary Clinton.
I'm not attracted to her, but that doesn't mean that she's not hot.
That's okay. I feel like I can't be objective because she's like such a figurehead.
Yeah, that's
been in my life for so long.
Yeah, I guess it's kind of like Oprah. Like,
exactly.
I would feel that way about Oprah
is
too.
Like her own entity.
Yeah, like I know she's beautiful, but I don't know if she's hot because she's just been in my life since I was literally like 2 years old.
Right, like standards don't apply to her in the same way because she's like her own force of nature.
I will say, I guess because I didn't watch Jimmy Stewart like every day, I would only watch him like once a year on, Christmas. I still find him very hot, and I would fuck the shit out of him for real.
For real.
For real.
He's not alive, is he? Is he alive?
That's a great... I don't think he...
And give it a
research
goog.
that real
Give it
quick.
a goog. So there's an adorable scene too where you see like all the Red Sox stuff in Jimmy Fallon's house, and it's like everything's Red Sox, including his living room where he has like recreated the green meanie of Fenway Park, and it's like so sick. And I was like, this is one of the coolest condos I've ever seen. And I did have the thought of like, life does seem easier when you have an obsession, because like every question is answered for you. House decor, Red Sox. What am I doing? Red Sox. Everything's defined. Like, it's all ready for you.
I guess that's why people like religion.
Exactly. Like, you don't have to think about it.
That is so true. It's much easier.
So much easier. People already know about you. What's your personality? I like the Red Sox. Bam.
Wow. That is very true.
Which is part of the coping mechanism. And I think that's kind of what he was trying to tell Drew Barrymore.
Yeah, he
when
just
having
had
his
the
little
words.
confessional. He's like, this is where I feel safe. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't feel safe when I was a kid, but now I do.
Dang. He was trying to get there, but he didn't have the exact verbiage down. But yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a coping mechanism
Yeah,
for
it
him.
makes things a lot simpler.
No.
I wrote that Drew Barrymore's family is rich as fuck.
Hell yeah.
Love her positive spin on being busy. I don't really know what I meant by that, but oh, this is when they're talking and she's like, no, this is great because I have to work really hard to get this promotion. It's like, you're going to be doing your thing anyway, so this works out great because I won't feel bad for neglecting you. But then he kind of unfairly wants her to do it all.
Right.
He's like, no, you have to do all that stuff and go to my games. And it's like, she tries for a while and
She
she's like, I
does.
can't.
She even brings her fucking laptop to Fenway
And
Park.
he like gets mad and I'm like, bro.
He's like, oh, like, how long are you going to be doing this? I'm like, listen, bro, she doesn't have like all her summers off and shit to fucking spend all this time doing this. I just realized that's why he became a fucking teacher, so he could have summers off.
I didn't clock
I never
that
thought about
either.
that.
Wow, yeah, it's perfect.
Wow. That makes so much sense. That's
Yeah,
hilarious.
and it's like, you knew that she was going to be busy, bro. Like, you're setting unrealistic expectations for her.
yeah. How dare you not go to Paris?
Yeah, you idiot. I forgot that Stephen King is in the movie for 5 seconds.
I
during
wrote
a
that down
pitch.
too.
Such
I was
a
like,
strange-looking
Stephen King
man.
appearance. And I also wrote, what did I write here? He's healing his inner child. And then I said, what do you do to heal your inner child? I was just having this conversation with someone yesterday about what we do to like play and heal our inner child.
I don't know that I've ever like thought about it in those terms. Like, I'm doing this to heal my inner child.
And maybe not even heal. Maybe like just to, what's the proper word? Like, I guess hang out with like that side of yourself. Like, I mean, everything I do on social media is just me playing around.
I was gonna say, I feel like we're both very in touch with that because like I love playing video games.
Yeah.
I love reading like children's literature. Like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. And we both love like making, I don't know, I feel like we make like silly plans and we're both like very down and we like doing like little impressions here and there.
A
and
little sense of adventure.
Yeah. Like little, like we're always just, I think we're very much down for a lot of stuff. Like, we're down to look silly.
Yeah, this podcast is a lot of play.
Oh, it is. Exactly. Like, literally everything I do is play. Like, that's all I fucking do, really. And I didn't realize that until yesterday when I was having the conversation. I was like, what do I do? And then I was like,
live my life?
Yeah, my life flashed before my eyes. I'm like swinging on the swings, like blasting music, fucking, I don't know.
Yeah, and I feel like that is a foreign concept to us. The idea that like we shouldn't do something because it's like childish. Like,
right.
I don't think we would ever. I don't think that thought would even cross our mind.
It doesn't, like, it really, it clearly
and that's
doesn't.
why we get along so well.
Like, I feel like people look at what I'm doing, they're like, wow, you're so brave. And I'm like, why? Like, because I do dance videos on my fucking Instagram. Like, that is nothing to me. That's who I fucking am.
You're so brave.
I'm like, shut the fuck up.
You're like, I'm literally having the best time, but sure, thanks.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not I literally didn't think about this one time. Like, nothing I do I do not question anything I do.
Like, even now, like, I've gotten really into Pokemon Go, and it's like, you know, some people are like, oh my god.
I need to download Pokemon Go. I don't have it. I've never had it.
It's really fun. I'm not as intense, like, I'm not as strategic of a player, probably because I'm, like, a child, and I'm just like, whatever, I like catching the Pokemon because it's fun, whereas some people are like, if you do this and that, you're la, la, la. And I'm like, I catch what Pokemon are around me, and I love it.
See, they put too much adult into it.
Exactly, and I'm like, let's just bring this back to basics, exactly. All right? I'm gonna catch them all.
You're like, I'm doing this Free Willy
Eventually.
style. I'm just trying to chill over here. I don't know why you're being a business.
I just want to see if there's a Pikachu around. If not, fine.
Yeah, what's that cartoon? It's like a DreamWorks cartoon where it's like the boss baby. They're being a boss baby about it. You're being like a chill
I'm being a baby.
You're being a baby in the best way, but in the hottest way possible. I'm just gonna
cancel. There's like a beep. This podcast has been canceled by the authorities.
I had to say it because it's
there's
so
an active investigation. If you have information, please call 911.
I'm fucking dying. I have to say it. You know, there's certain things inside me. I know I do not have Tourette's, but sometimes
words just start coming.
I cannot stop myself from saying certain things because it's so funny. I'm so sorry.
Shea does not mean to imply.
Like, remember when I said 5 minutes ago that I don't think about anything that I do? I warned you. I said it 5 minutes ago.
Oh,
anyways.
Man.
Oh my god, I'm dead.
Wow. Where do we even go from here? I'll just go back to my notes. All faithful. Okay, the next thing I have written is that they gave Jimmy Fallon an authentically salt-stained hat. Did you notice that?
Authentically salt-stained hat.
Like, his baseball hat is like very grimy and like has the salt stains like you would have if you wore the same hat all summer. Oh. And I felt like, oh, you know he wears that hat because he's superstitious. And like I felt like costumes nailed it on that.
Oh yeah, I feel like, and a lot of the colors were like very like earth tony. Yeah, I did not notice that, but I think that's beautiful. I have a lot of salt-stained hats. I just never knew that they were described like that, but it's because I wore them to the gym. Yeah,
it's all the sweat kind of gathers and gives those weird white stains. Yeah,
wow, I never realized what that was called. That's awesome.
So I'm pretty sure salt scientists don't come for me.
I also wrote "selfish pig bastard" in quotes because I thought that was fucking amazing. And someone called it, that was Willie Garson said that.
Oh yeah.
He's like, you went to 3 Yankee games last season, you selfish pig bastard. And I was like,
so
yeah,
good. So good.
And then I wrote Stephen King appearance because I was very excited about that. He was amazing. Well, I wonder why. Like, do you think he like actually did like do that at that game?
So fun fact, Stephen King goes to every single Red Sox game.
What?
He's a huge Red Sox fan.
Where is he from?
He's from some town in Massachusetts.
Okay.
So he's a big New England sports fan. Anytime they have a game there, he has like great seats. I don't think he always throws out the pitch, obviously, but he might always do like the opening pitch.
Oh.
Yeah, he's a huge fan.
That's really cool. I did not know that at all.
Learned that from Brent.
Yeah, of course. He's like, oh no, he's at every game, trust me. That's awesome.
I totally forgot that this movie had like a mid-movie pregnancy scare.
Yes.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah. It's a good like test of their relationship.
Yeah, that's like a big thing, but they handled it pretty well, and it wasn't like overly dramatic, but it was like also very sweet.
Yeah, it could have been overly dramatic, but it wasn't. And I just feel like there's a lot of like deep understanding from both of them. Like they both just want to understand each other, and you can really tell like the whole movie. It's very, very sweet. I love this fucking movie. Well, that's the part that made me cry.
Yeah, and she gives like a very honest speech about like what she's concerned about now that she's pregnant, and his response was insane. He's like, you're being unfair. And it's like, yo, bro, you're being unfair.
She's very, like you were talking about earlier, she's very like communicative in a very healthy way, and she's always talking about what her needs are and asking him what he needs, and like being considerate of what he needs while also standing her ground like you were talking about earlier. It's fucking awesome. I love this movie.
Yeah, and then there's the scene with the kid who has the fire line of you love the socks, but have the socks ever loved you back? And that's what makes Jimmy Fallon start to change his way around, and you think he's going to be good, and he like skips a game to go out with Drew Barrymore, but then later that night he finds out it was like an epic game where the Sox beat the Yankees, which is always a big deal. That's what every Red Sox fan wants to see. And then he like becomes unhinged again and says like a lot of dumb things, and it's like, this night is the worst. And she's like, are you kidding me?
She's like, fuck off, we just had the best night ever, you can
like,
go
you
fuck
literally
yourself.
just said it was the best night, and now you're like, wah.
Ugh, that would be so heartbreaking.
Yeah, and so that's kind of what breaks them up. She literally says, you're breaking my heart, goodbye.
Yeah, I don't blame her. That shit is whack as fuck.
And it's like, you thought he was done, and then he crashed again.
He's like, no. Which I understand why he like went, but he was like upset that he wasn't there. But also,
well, and as experts in addiction will tell you, I learned this through my job, relapses are part of the process.
totally, yeah.
It is expected. It's not a failure. It's part of the process.
So he's allowed to be upset.
Yeah.
Maybe the way he communicated
So
it
he
was
relapsed,
fucked up.
which was bad, and
Yeah.
went back to his Red Sox addiction.
Yeah.
But then he got over it again.
Because he's like, fuck this night. This is the most important. Like, fuck you and everything that we just experienced. But that Gatsby party, fuego. I want to go to one of those.
This looks so cool. And Drew Barrymore is like, she already has that like Clara Bow, like thin eyebrow, like big eyes, like
lips.
face. Yeah, so it's like, she looks so good in that costume.
She does, with the short black hair.
Yes.
She can have any hairstyle and look fire. She's one of those people.
Yeah, she's just, she's gorgeous.
She is.
What are some of your other favorite Drew Barrymore movies?
Well, Wedding Singer, for sure. Charlie's Angels, number one.
Yes,
she
that
is so fine in that movie.
That like movie transformed me. Is that on our list?
I don't know.
I'll add that one. I don't think it is.
I thought it would have been. Maybe not. I'm checking too. You guys, just so you know, we have a shared note that has all of our Blockbuster Wives everything inside of it. And so we're always keeping it running for y'all.
We always think of
I don't
great
think we do.
movies to add. We don't. Okay, I'll add it. Charlie's.
But recently I did add Baby Geniuses.
I never watched that movie, so I was cracking up when I saw it.
It's filmed here
What?
at the Adventure Dome. Part of it is filmed at the...
It's actual babies?
It's actual babies that they did like CGI on.
I don't know that you should be talking about this after your earlier comments.
Oh yeah, that was just a joke, okay? I told you guys, sometimes I just can't stop myself from saying really dumb shit because it's so funny.
Oh, Lord.
But anyways.
Again, where do we go from here? Charlie's Angels, one of your favorites.
Oh,
Wedding
Charlie's
Singer.
Angels. I mean, every movie and like 50 First Dates. I've never seen Ever After.
I was going to say my top two. Charlie's Angels, Ever After. Ever After, even as a kid, emotionally wrecked me, but in a great way. Where I was like, oh my God. Like, it just made me feel so many emotions.
Yeah, it's so good.
And she's so good in it. She's so good. And Angelica Houston is in it. Oh, it's incredible.
Ooh.
It's incredible. She plays the wicked, sexy stepmother.
Oh, wait, I've seen images of her.
It's so good.
You know what else is good? Whip It. Have you ever seen that movie?
No.
Whip It is starring Elliot Page, and he is like a what is it called? Roller derby. And Drew Barrymore's in it too.
Oh wow.
And what is her name? Juliette Lewis, and just like a lot of people. It's so fucking good. It's such a good.
Yeah, sounds like a lady powerhouse.
Hell yeah! I think it's past our era of time, so we won't be able to talk about it on here. It's really, really good. So you guys should watch it.
Ever After.
We need What'd you say?
I'm going to put Ever After.
Oh, it's on
the
there
list.
already.
It is? Okay.
Yeah, I think you put it on there.
How funny. Yep, I see it. Oh, yeah, because I put it after. I thought about this movie. Yeah.
But I do want to see it because everyone always talks about it. So, but yeah.
That's about all my notes. Everything else I talked about.
Me too. And we already talked about the ending.
Yeah, they won, and they had actual footage, and they had to do like a voiceover to kind of tie up loose ends to be like, well, and they're going to have a baby. Yay.
And, yeah, I don't think we've ever gone out of order like this, but I liked it.
Yeah, it was fun.
Just
I
got
don't
so
know if that was
excited.
disorienting for y'all, but
Yeah, hopefully not.
enjoy. Do you have some trivia questions for me?
I sure do. I only have a handful of them, so let me pull them
this
up.
one is going to be like a tough trivia one because it's like, I feel like either the questions are going to be so hard or they'll be like so easy.
They'll be so easy.
Yay!
Ben does what for a job when he's not watching his team?
School teacher.
What does Ben propose to Lindsay in the park on their date?
Will you go to the opening game with me?
Perfect. Ben is a fan of what Major League Baseball team?
Yankees. No, I'm just kidding. Boston Red Sox.
Perfect. When does Lindsay first see how crazy Ben is for his favorite team?
Oh my God, such a good scene. She's with her parents in their big ass mansion, and they're watching the spring training news, and she's like, "Oh, like my friend is like, let me watch." And then she sees him like going nuts, and her dad's like, "Can you believe these assholes?"
Yeah, this jackass or whatever he says, and she's like, "Ree." And then we already talked about this, but who throws out the first pitch on opening day that Ben and Lindsay attend?
Stephen King.
And then my bonus question, which you might not get because I would never know this,
bonus,
is if they have a boy, what will they name him? Do you remember?
Some wild ass name that was, I'm sure, a Red Sox player, but I don't remember.
It's okay. It's Ted Williams Reitman, which I would never.
Williams Reitman.
I would never know in my life.
Yeah, it's a lot of words that I wouldn't remember.
Me neither. Me
Ted,
neither.
I guess, is kind of easy, but after that, I'm done.
I'm telling you what. Do we have the?
Yeah, let me get the quiz queued up. So unfortunately, we couldn't find a which fever pitch character are you, but we did find a quiz about which Drew Barrymore character are you. So let me back this thing up. It is through iHeartRadio.
Hell
It is
yeah.
10 questions long, so we won't get into that debacle again. All right. Oh, it has my. Let me refresh. Get it all nice and new here. Why aren't you working?
A whole new world. I'm gonna distract the audience.
I
while
really have to
pull
go
up the
back. It's really gonna make me click back.
Oh no.
Real mature. Okay.
Fucked. Oh, okay, go.
How do you like to spend your spare time? Chilling out on the couch watching movies, somewhere quiet reading books, spending quality time with my family, drinking with friends, or spare time? I don't get spare time.
Probably quality time with, well, I don't really drink. I would choose friends, but I'll say quality time with family.
Yo, this is not letting me change the answer.
It's not?
Hold, please.
Okay.
Let me open up a private window.
No worries.
Because I think it's like a cookies issue.
Oh, got it.
Which is
Happens to me all the time.
okay, let's try this.
If anyone has a cookies issue with me, they don't.
Okay, so spending quality time with your family. All right, next. Do you believe in soulmates? Yes? No? I haven't really thought much about it.
Yes, I do. But I think we can have multiple, because I know I do.
What does he say in Dodgeball? He goes, I call that. He goes, I think everyone has a special someone. I think some people have two someones. I call that the jackpot.
You know, I've only watched Dodgeball like one time.
I'm obsessed with it.
I know, we need to watch it again.
Okay, in your group of friends, you are the shy one, the smart one, the bold one, the sweet one, the clumsy one.
I would probably say the bold one.
I think that's appropriate.
Yeah.
If you could go anywhere in the world right now, where would you go? Paris, Hawaii, Los Angeles, London, California.
Well, I guess I would say California because it seems the most like cool temperature-wise out of all of those, yeah.
Okay. All right. Do you hold grudges? Yes, I love to get revenge. No, I always forgive and forget. Or it depends what the cause is.
I'm not a big grudge holder, but I've done a lot of work with that, but I will say it depends on what the cause is.
Okay, depends what the cause is. What would be the worst thing that could happen to you? Losing the ones I love, not achieving my career dreams, losing my memory, becoming someone's slave, falling out with my best friends.
I feel like my hands are tied here, but I will say losing the ones I love. That's the one I think about the most.
What's your drink of choice? Coffee? No, what? Go back. Coffee, beer, fizzy drink, wine, or water?
Diet Coke, so fizzy drink. That's very British, isn't it?
It's not letting me change the answer. It's like once you click it, it's like you're locked in forever, apparently.
Oh, really?
And I accidentally clicked beer.
Oh.
So I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I won't let you change it.
Oh, weird.
So I think we have to like fully start over, so I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I don't want you to.
What is your preferred hairstyle? In a braid, in a ponytail, long beach waves, straight sleek lob, short curls?
What's my go-to?
Your preferred hairstyle?
I guess the wavy,
Long
the beach
beach
wave
waves.
one. I have naturally wavy hair, so I guess I would say that.
Nice. What would be your spirit animal? Lion, puppy, turtle, bear, elephant?
Lion, puppy, turtle, bear, elephant. Probably an elephant.
Elephant. Okay. And of course, we have to ask, what's your favorite Drew Barrymore film? Never Been Kissed, Charlie's Angels, E.T., 50 First Dates, Ever After?
Never Been Kissed.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a really good one.
So you're Daniel de Barbarac from Ever After.
Oh.
When you find yourself in less than ideal circumstances, you still keep hope in your heart. Okay, they just took away the answers.
Oh, no.
Okay. No. I hit next and it's a different one.
What?
It says Josie Geller, Never Been Kissed.
Perfect.
It says, let's face it, you're kind of a nerd. You may have had the mean nickname in high school. It's changing again. I can't with this one.
That is so crazy. What?
You know what? We went out on a limb. BuzzFeed didn't have an option, and look what happened. Horrors ensued.
Do you want me to give you another random quiz?
If you can
from
find
BuzzFeed?
another which Drew Barrymore character, because this one is really pissing me
I'm
off.
sorry that you had to deal with that. That's really annoying.
It seemed alluring. We try to vet these quizzes, ladies and germs, and yet...
So, this quiz also has 10 questions.
And which
Number one.
website is this?
This is Brainfall. Which Drew Barrymore character are you?
Okay.
What do you like to do in your spare time? Pull pranks, read books, watch action movies, paint or draw, or listen to music?
Read books. Hee hee.
Next. You are at a party. What are you most likely to do? Have a crazy fun time. I stick close to my friends. I have intellectual conversations. I socialize and dance till I drop. Or I'm the DJ.
Ooh. I'm torn between the I stick with my friends or socialize and dance till you drop.
I think you socialize and dance.
I think I socialize and dance.
With your friends.
Yeah, near my friends.
Combo platter. I'll choose the socialize and dance. Do you believe in soulmates? This is weird.
Is that like a big plot in one of these Drew Barrymore movies?
I don't know.
No, I do not.
No. In your group of friends, you are the mysterious one, the shy one, the bold one, the clumsy one, or the creative one. This is weird.
Wait a second. Maybe someone copied this quiz.
Yeah.
Okay, can you read those again? Sorry.
Yeah, the mysterious one, the shy one, the bold one, the clumsy one, or the creative one.
Honestly, probably the clumsy one.
I guess so. A little bit.
I'm so clumsy.
You're the clumsy, beautiful one.
Oh, thanks.
What do you wear for a girl's night out? Little black dress, t-shirt and jeans, leather, a sundress, or a tank and shorts?
Oh my God, I've worn all those things to girls' nights out.
Me too.
I really like, what kind of girls' night is it? This isn't such a simple question. You know, like, what are we doing?
Let's go for like drinks and dancing.
Was there like a jeans and a top?
Yeah, t-shirt and jeans.
T-shirt and jeans.
Perfect. Next. Excuse me. Which of these sounds like the best weekend? Clubbing, seeing historic sights, spending time outdoors, a picnic on the beach, or karaoke with friends?
Oh my God. Again, it's like variety is the spice of life. I like all those things.
I know, right?
I guess my favorite, oh man, it really depends. Because I was going to say like either karaoke or picnic on the beach, but it's like, those are such different vibes.
I know.
So it's like one weekend you might want to do one and then the other one, like not at all.
Definitely.
God. I'll go with picnic on the beach.
Okay. That's very cute. I want to do that.
I do love the beach, probably because I don't have easy access to it. I'm like, it's the best.
Me too. I love it as well. Pick a destination for your next vacation.
Shrek Fest, ladies and gentlemen. Make it happen.
Yeah, Shrek Fest. You'll hear all about it next week. The Amazon, California, Mount Everest. Is it the Maldives or the Maldives? South America.
Honestly, if I can go to the Maldives next, that'd be sick. It looks gorgeous.
Fuck yeah, it does. All right. How would you feel if you lost your cell phone? I'd worry about people reading my messages. I'd be sad, but get over it quickly. I'd lose it. My life is on my phone. Or I'd just get a new one.
I feel like I'd be sad, but get over it and just get a new one are very similar answer. Yeah, I'd be sad and then I'd get over it.
Yeah, I agree. Which of these actors do you think is most handsome? Pierce Brosnan, James Franco, Tom Cruise, Adam Sandler, or Hugh Grant?
Man. Adam Sandler.
Yeah, easily.
I can't wait till we do Sandler month.
Oh, God, me neither. He's the worst. Okay, and last question. Do you hold grudges? What the hell? This is so weird.
We should have known this question was coming.
So, yes, and I plan to get revenge. My motto is to forgive and forget. Or, not really.
Not really.
Yeah, you're not really. Okay, here we go.
Is it still calculating?
Wow. Oh, okay, just
freaking really hard.
You are Lucy from 50 First Dates.
Aww.
You are. Jesus.
Is it disappearing on you too?
No, it just like windows were popping up. You are a little forgetful and a little clumsy, but a genius at heart. Aww. You have an unusually bright personality that cheers the people up around you. She grabs her tits. You love to talk, crack jokes, and people know you as the life of the party. Wow, that's very true.
Thanks. I wish I could have read you your description. Do you want to retake it on this one?
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, I don't care.
Okay. I think you might have to like go back and like refresh or like, however kids these days do it.
Okay. All right. Okay. I think we're at the beginning. Yes. What do you like to do in your spare time? Pull pranks, read books, watch action movies, paint or draw, listen to music.
Man. I love painting and drawing, but I would say listen to music most because I make music, so I'm always in the music vibe.
Nice. You're at a party. What are you most likely to do? Have a crazy fun time. I stick close to my friends. I have intellectual conversations. I socialize and dance till I drop. I'm the DJ.
Yeah, I'm kind of like... I guess I socialize and dance.
Yeah, you do. Do you believe in soulmates? No? Yes? I have friends with benefits. Does that count?
I say yes.
Yes. In your group of friends, you are the mysterious one, the shy one, the bold one, the clumsy one, the creative one. Do you want to stick with bold one?
I still think, I mean, I know I'm creative, but so are you. And we both chose different things. So I'm going to say bold, yeah.
Because we're so creative.
Yeah.
What do you wear for a girls' night out? LBD, t-shirt and jeans, a sundress, leather, or a tank and shorts?
T-shirt, jeans, for show.
Yeah, you gotta be able to bust it down, Tatiana.
Precisely. Remix.
Which of these sounds like the best weekend? Clubbing, seeing historic sights, spending time outdoors, picnic on a beach, karaoke with friends.
Picnic on a beach as well.
Aww. Pick a destination for your next vacation. The Amazon, California, Mount Everest, the Maldives, South America.
Well, California is my next vacation, so I'll say that.
Oh, there you go. How would you feel if you lost your cell phone? I'd worry about people reading my messages. I'd be sad but get over it quickly. I'd lose it. My life is on my phone. Or I'd just get a new one.
Well, it wouldn't be like so easy for me to get a new phone.
Like whatevs.
I would kind of lose it, but it's not like because of the materialism of it. It's because it's my alarm clock. It has so I don't know, but that seems like a little dramatic. I guess I would get over it, whatever that one is.
I'd just get a new one, or I'd be sad but get over it quickly.
I'd be sad, but I think I would realize, like, it's okay. I'll just get an alarm clock and shit. It's fine.
All right. Which actors do you think is the most handsome? Pierce Brosnan, James Franco, Tom Cruise, Adam Sandler, or Hugh Grant?
Adam Sandler for sure.
Dang, we might get the same result for once.
Right, yeah.
Okay, last question. Do you hold grudges? Yes, and I plan to get revenge. My motto is to forgive and forget, or not really.
Well, I'm not into revenge.
Like I wouldn't say that.
I don't know if I'd say not really either, because I think I still kind of do. But I do try to forgive and forget, so I'll say that.
Calculating, get result. Analyzing your responses.
Ooh.
You got Danielle from Ever After again.
Wow.
So it says, you never give up. Even though you've had your fair share of trials and tribulations, people know you as the strong and independent spirit.
Cute.
Hell yeah. God, you gotta watch this movie.
I really do.
It's so
I know
good.
I do. Everyone always tells me to watch it too, and I just haven't.
It's so romantic and dreamy.
Well, that seems like my kind of vibe. Baby, you come over the line. I just want to look into your eyes. I just want to stay with the night. Anyways.
Yeah.
Well,
That was great.
that was a great episode. I
Thanks
was
for
afraid that we wouldn't
listening.
have much to talk about because it's just such a like straightforward movie with not a lot of like lore attached to it, you know? But
Look at us go.
As
Well, there's a lot
usual.
of Boston Red Sox lore.
that's true. Well, yeah, but not on my end. Like I wouldn't know anything from that. But I'm glad that you had the in-house expert.
Yes. He knew all the
'Cause-
scenes.
Yeah, because I mean, I learned a lot of cool fun facts about that. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But as usual, we thank you guys so much for listening. We love you so much.
And thanks for being here for our first themed month, baseball month. The next month is going to be back to school month. We're so excited.
So we have some really cool lineups for y'all. Some really good throwbacks.
Great classics.
Like they all do have the school theme, but they're not really very similar. You know what I mean?
No, they're all very different.
They're all very different. So it's going to be really exciting. Also, stay tuned for next week because we're going to have some really exciting, not only news for you, but maybe some different content for you as well. So stay tuned for that.
Join our Patreon so you can get our bonus content.
You can find that on our Instagram. I know we brought it up earlier, but please follow us at Blockbuster Wives on Instagram, and you can also email us blockbusterwives@gmail.com.
We're also on Letterboxd where you can see a comprehensive list of all the films we've reviewed.
That's true, and that's again in our link on our Instagram, so highly recommend that. And do we link the link tree to our like the podcast?
I tried doing that. It did not work.
Okay, well yeah, just go on our Instagram. It's easy.
It's great.
Even if you don't have an Instagram, you could still go on and see us. So just click right on there, and we'll see you guys next week.
We'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye.